Another week. Week 2 begins with the College Basketball Weekly powered by the Full Court Network. LT back in the saddle with Sammy D. We got a great week, but don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review. We got a whole bunch of new subscribers in the last week or two. Pound that subscribe button. Pound it.
Pound it. You can give it a soft click. You can pound it, whatever you need to do.
You just pound it subscribe. Like the Miami Redhawks pounded Trinity Baptist by like 70 or 80 points.
So, how about those Miami of Ohio?
Oh my God. First week, a lot of excitement. I just want to give a shout out to North Texas, the Mean Green. Danielle Robinson wins at the buzzer against our guy Drew Valentine from Lioli Ramblers, 64-62. North Texas is 3-0.
Dude, they have a system there. It's so good. Like, it's doesn't matter who's coaching there. Like, they're going to be good year in, year out.
Yeah. I totally agree with you. So, give me some surprises or surprise that you have from week 1. I mean, you know, it was an interesting week 1, man. There was some really good games. There was a lot of weird games. Like, just you could tell the mid majors and high mid majors couldn't get like. And not knocking the teams, they played quality games. I mean, there's some games that people won by like 50, 60 points. But give me a surprise. Give me your one surprise for week 1.
Yeah, I don't know if I call it surprise. I mean, I was surprised. I mean, I still had high hopes for this program going into this season. But what they did in week 1 was, I mean, I was thoroughly impressed, and that's Alabama. Going up to what was considered a neutral site game, Madison Square Garden versus St. John's. I don't really consider that a neutral site.
Isn't it like 16 to 22 minutes from campus?
Yeah, I mean, it's a quick little train ride from Queens. Yeah. So it's like, I mean, I don't consider that neutral site. And I mean, Alabama went in and beat them 103-96. I think what's most impressive about that is putting up 103 points against a Rick Pitino strong defense.
Yep.
Right. So I'm like, that really shocked me in week 1 that Nate Oates has this team on the same page where they're able to put up 103 points against a national contender. Right. So impressive guard play from Alabama. And I mean, it's their preseason ranked number 15, I believe, depending on kind of what poll you're looking at. That moved them up into the top 7 or 8 spots. Yep. And for now, I'm like considering them as a potential national title contender.
Because they have been the last couple of years. I mean, what
they have. I mean, they know how to get. They know how to get there, right? Yep. But as far as like kind of biggest surprise, that was definitely kind of an aha moment for me, being like, okay, like this team's going to be scary. Because I think Nate Oates is only. From what I've seen from him coaching the past several seasons, like his teams just get better and better and better as the year progresses. And if they're starting off this strong against a really good defensive St. John's team, again putting up 103 points, Alabama's going to be scary good this year.
And they're going to be tested Thursday as they play number 1 ranked Purdue. So that'll be a really good test. But what Nate Oates has done has just been ridiculous, to say the least. You know, my biggest surprise going in, one of the teams that I was kind of like interested in seeing is North Carolina. You hear rumblings.
Big question mark.
Well, I mean, Hubert Davis could be on the hot seat. North Carolina is a blue blood. Final Fours, Sweet 16, national championships, and I watched a lot of questions I had with Kansas too. Okay. And I watched that game and I'm like, he's figured it out. In the NIL and the transfer portal, he's figured it out. I mean, Caleb Wilson, when you think of North Carolina, I think of my childhood. I think of, as I grew up, I thought of Rasheed Wallace. I thought of Vince Carter, Jerry Stackhouse. There's something in common. They're phenomenal freshmen. And thent got ones to carry the torch. And Caleb Wilson, I mean, guy dropped 23 points against Kansas. I mean, Henry Vassar, the big man. I mean, he went 17-7. Seth Trimble back for another year. And then the one guy I really like, and we saw him in the flesh a couple times, is Colorado State transfer Kyan Evans. I mean, we've been really high on him, averaging about 4 assists per game. I mean, so, you look at that program, and, the ACC is down, let's be honest. But, with all the losses, Cade Tyson, Ian Jackson, yada, 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 they picked up some really key players. I mean, Stevenson from Alabama. So I think North Carolina kind of surprised me in the first week. and I think they're going to have a pretty good season. And I think it's going to be a turning point for their head coach and that program just in general. But question I have to ask you.
Yep.
And I'm on the fence on this one, but I agree. Okay, so is Arizona the real deal? And I look at what Tommy Lloyd's done in 4 years. He's in his 5th year at Arizona. Has been remarkable. He's 114 and 33, 0.776 winning percentage. 3 out of the last 4 Sweet 16 appearances. And, you know, Koa Pete, remember that name. I mean, do you think Arizona's the real deal?
I think time's going to tell. I think this is more of like a time in the season. I think like you said, what Tommy Lloyd's done there is impressive. It's bringing him back to where they should be every single year as a top 15, top 20 team, able to make deep runs in the tournament. Right now, yeah, I'd say sure. But it's like, I also think that, you know, when you get into that Big 12 gauntlet, and you're playing powerhouses like Houston, Kansas, Baylor, Texas Tech multiple times, you know, in a matter of weeks, that's the big question mark for me. And then, I mean, what Tommy Lloyd's doing this season with a non-conference schedule, playing UCLA, UConn, Auburn, Alabama. I mean, they're going to be tournament ready, but it's like, are they going to be healthy come February, March, right?
Yeah.
So I don't think anybody's, you know, I think he's the right person for that job. I think, you know, this season he has a top 3 freshman class on his team, which I think is really important. And we'll get into just how good this overall national freshman class is in a little bit here. But he has a top 3 national freshman class. And I mean, he's getting people to go to the West Coast their freshman year, which has been a struggle the past couple seasons, right? You're seeing kind of the schools that are doing well on the West Coast kind of playing the transfer portal really well, whereas Tommy Lloyd's still able to recruit those 5-star freshmen.
Yeah.
So I think this time of the year, they're definitely the real deal. I think they're going to be the real deal for a long time to come with Tommy Lloyd as the head coach there. But I just think that Big 12 schedule is so hard, and what they're matched up against from a non-conference schedule is, what does that look like on paper? Right? If you're going 500 over a stretch of 20 games, I mean, granted, like, it's one of the hardest schedules, if not the hardest schedule in the country. But what does that do to a team if you're losing as frequently as they may be losing?
Yeah.
So, what are your thoughts here?
I agree. I mean, what he's done. I mean, Jaden Bradley, Anthony Del Orso. I mean, they got key guys coming back. I mean, they've got They played Northern Arizona this week, and then they play UCLA and UConn. So I think time will tell. I think the Big 12 is going to be one of the best conferences, if not
monster
best
conference.
I mean, it's. I mean, I think Kansas State has gotten better. West Virginia's gotten better. I mean, Kansas, I still don't know. I mean, they've got some very key players and stuff like that. So, like you said, time will tell with both Arizona and North Carolina. So, the question I posed to you, we're going to talk about freshmen here. Is this the best freshman class in the last decade or so? You look at the guys: AJ DeBansa, Darren Peterson, Koa Pete, Nate Armont from Tennessee. Caleb Wilson, the Boozer twins, especially Cameron Boozer, Kingston Fleming from Houston, Cam Ward at Michigan State had a big game against Arkansas.
Yeah.
I mean, what are your thoughts?
I think it's a great freshman class. I don't think it's the best we've seen in recent memory. I mean, I'm in love with last year's class. Like, it's, when you look at what last year's class did, I mean, 11 of the first 14 draft picks were freshmen last year. Like, that's insane. What they do in the pros, what they did in college, that's kind of a different story. Like, I think that this year's freshman class, the players you just mentioned, they are leading their programs, right? AJ, Darren, Cam Boozer, like, the list goes on and on. But I mean, last year, you had Cooper Flagg, Dylan Harper, Ace Bailey, Con Kneppel, Derek Queen, Liam McNeely. I mean, the list goes on. Like I said, 11 of the first 14 NBA picks were freshmen last year.
Yeah, and 2 came from the same team, and they didn't make the NCAA tournament.
Yeah. So, I'll throw a freshman class out there. 2007 2007 freshman class. You know who came out of that class?
Give it to me.
Derrick Rose, Michael Beasley, Eric Gordon, James Harden.
It's okay.
You think there's 4 players from this year's class that are going to have as good of careers as those guys did?
No.
Again, time will tell. But it's like that 2007 class with Rose, Beasley, Gordon, Harden. I think they've had the best overall basketball careers in the same class that we've seen in the last 20 years.
Yeah. Okay.
So
okay. Time will tell. Time will tell.
Yep.
That's the storyline. Our stories. Episode 2. Time will tell. Time will tell. Time will tell. All right. So we're seeing a lot of kind of movement in football, especially in the SEC, with coaches getting fired. Do you think the coaching carousel that's really hot in the middle of the season of football is going to carry into basketball?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it at the end of last year's basketball season. I mean, I think this coaching carousel, it's going to get more and more active earlier and earlier in the season. I think that there's too much on the line for some of these universities to wait till the end of the season to terminate a coach or figure out what that looks like. I think a lot of programs are probably already having that conversation right now internally for some of these. Unfortunately, I mean, it's the second week of college basketball, but I guarantee you there's 3 or 4 programs already having those conversations this year. And I think what's putting a lot of pressure on universities to move coaches is NIL, right? Is like, hey, if you're an alumni or booster and you're throwing millions of dollars at a program and you're not getting the results you want to see, or maybe that coach is choosing not to play that player that you just donated $500,000 to support, you're like, okay, like we're not on the same page here. Right. And I think that's one of the biggest hurdles right now with coaching as well, is getting on the same page with the university for NIL spending, what that looks, how that looks, the timeline for the development is another key factor. But, we know that coaches are getting less and less time just to prove themselves than they did several years ago.
Yeah.
So, I expect early season firings.
Yeah, like how early? I'm not going to say what positions because I just out of respect, but what?
I'm going to say the first 2 weeks of January will be one of the first ones. We'll see. Oh. You might see some resignations in the fall leading up to the new year,
which we've already seen before season. I mean, Billy Lang and St. Joe's. I mean,
right. And we saw this last season as well, was there were some like quote unquote resignations like early season last year. So we may see that again, but I think the first kind of firings are going to happen early January, and that gives some of these more high-profile universities time to find the right coach, get their name out there, raise the money for either an exit payout for the existing coach and as well as a new program to get these coaches in. But I mean, we know, recruiting's going on year-round right now with the transfer portal. So it's, if you're a power conference coach and, you don't have a coach come March or April, when these players are actively looking about where they're going to be going next season, you're missing out on that key opportunity. So figuring out who your next coach is going to be in January, February, early March is going to be the new strategy moving forward.
Yeah. Do you think there'll be 60 plus openings?
Yes. I think it's going to, I think you are going to see, and again, we don't need to name big programs if you don't want me to, but
all right,
I think we're going to
give me a couple. Give me a couple.
I mean, I know you're hot on North Carolina right now. I think North Carolina is going to open.
Really?
And I think that is a blue blood program. Whoever takes that job, I think, has the opportunity to be the highest paid coach in all of college basketball starting on this next term going forward. The university has the money. The school is a basketball blue blood. Their football program had an experiment with Belichick that's been a disaster this year. They need some kind of good news, and that good news from North Carolina comes from basketball.
All right, Shabuzi.
Plain and simple. Plain and simple. So
Shabuzi.
I think that
I need some good news.
And I think when you have a program like North Carolina, they are going to attract some big names out there.
Yep.
And so I think we're going to see a lot of power conference movement with North Carolina starting the process.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's rumblings with Arizona State. There's rumblings at Oklahoma. There's rumblings at South Carolina. There's just, there's rumblings everywhere, even in my stomach right now. Haven't had lunch yet. But, no, it should be interesting. I think that, it's hard for me to rationalize that there's going to be 60 plus firings or 60 plus openings. but it's all a trickle down effect. If one person
It's a
leaves,
domino
that
effect.
the
Like,
domino
that's the thing.
trickle down, whatever you want to call it. Yeah,
Yeah,
domino.
I mean, it's going to be a domino trickle down effect, whatever you want to call it. It's like, yeah, if North Carolina opens, like, there's 4 or 5 names that I think would be great candidates for that job, and they're all come from power schools. And then those power schools are going to have to find another coach. I mean, it's just going to keep moving that process. I think it's going to be very active coaching carousel. And I think that news really kind of starts in January this season.
Yep. Absolutely. So tell me the game or two you're looking forward to this week.
Game I'm looking forward to this week. Yeah, I've got a couple games on my list, and I mean, one of them's going to play before this episode airs, but it's Texas Tech, Illinois. I think that's a great game.
Tuesday night game. That's going to air tonight. That's tonight. We're going to show Tuesday. Don't you know? College Basketball Weekly every Tuesday in the Full Court Network. My partner right here, Esteban, doesn't know what's going on. So yeah, Tuesday night. I knew you were going to pick that Texas Tech Illinois game. Is that?
I love that.
Is that the one you're looking forward to the most?
Yeah, I think Texas Tech and Illinois. I mean, I think it's a great early test of Big 12, Big 10 talent. Both teams, feature tough defenses.
Balkans.
I think Texas Tech has the opportunity to win the national championship this year.
Here we go. McCausland hasn't been on our shows yet. You just love it.
I'm pig on Texas Tech. What I see from their star power. I think JT Toppin's the best player in the country.
I don't know. Christian Anderson's look pretty darn good.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, you throw that team is going to be hard to beat if they stay healthy throughout the season.
All right, give me the honorable mention.
Honorable mention. I'm going Creighton Gonzaga. And then I'm going Kentucky Louisville.
Okay, so I'm going to go. I'm going to pick.
I've got a mid-major too.
All right, give me the mid-major. I got a mid-major too.
Yeah, I really like Liberty and UAB. They're playing November 14th. Excellent high stakes early season game. Different kind of shifting conference landscapes and contrasting styles. But I really like Liberty and I like UAB. I think I like the rosters they put together. And I think from a mid-major perspective, that's going to be a very competitive game early this season.
Yeah, I'm going to put, just because North Texas, we talked about their 3-0, they play at St. Mary's. That's going to be interesting to see how they go. But the one I'm going to, the one game, mid-major game I'm going to talk about is Sunday at 2 p.m. It's South Florida at Kennesaw State in honor of Coach Amir. I think that's a big up. We had him on the show a couple times. Great dude. They're doing that. I think that's going to be a really nice event and good basketball too. Both very good programs. My honorable mention is going to be BYU and UConn. I'm just really excited about UConn this year. I think last year was the best thing that could happen to Coach Hurley and the UConn Huskies. I think they're going to be a Final Four team. Book it right here. I'm usually wrong, so maybe I'm right for once. But, I should have said that the last 2 out of 3 years. I've been right 2 out of 3 times. But the game I love rivalry games. I love home rivalry games. I'm going to go with Kentucky at Louisville. I know you did that as an honorable mention. I think just how the state of Kentucky loves their basketball. I think that game's going to be awesome tonight. You look at Coach Pope, you look at Coach Kelsey, what they've built, just the amount of players and just what it means in the state. It's kind of like that big brother, little brother, Michigan State, Michigan football rivalry. I think that's in basketball. So that's the game I'm going to pick, Kentucky at Louisville.
I think if you want to get excited about college basketball in week 2, watch the Kentucky Louisville game.
Yeah.
Because I think you're going to have all the theatrics from coaching to star players, and then you bring like the electric atmosphere of that rivalry. In the
Yum
stands.
Center, baby.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like to be able to see the stands and the student sections be that intense this early in the season. Like I said, if you want to get excited about college basketball in week 2, watch that Kentucky Louisville game.
Yeah. So all good games. I mean, there's a lot of other great games. Last night I went to the Kent State UNCW game. That was fun. We'll talk about that more throughout the season, not throughout the season, maybe in the week. But no, that's good. I think that's good to wrap it up. A little college basketball week, a little 20-minute power session. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review. Also check out the Full Court Press on Thursday. We got Coach actually Wednesday. Now that season starts, it's going to be goofy. We got Coach Jeremy Schulman from University of Tennessee Martin, the Skyhawks. That was a really good interview. His internet was kind of goofy, but again, we're kind of like 2 for 3 on that, but really good interview. I'm really excited. It was a really good interview.
Skyhawks are good, man.
Skyhawks.
He's a great coach, and
Great
what
dude.
he's doing. Yeah, really good person as well. And what he's doing at UT Martin, all I'll say is it's a little different.
Yes, it is. It's going to get weird. Those are his
As
words.
Coach says, it's gonna get weird.
Going to get weird, but very appreciative of what we do and stuff like that. So it means a lot. But I will tell you, if you want to keep up with the season and our shows, because we're all over the place, just because of Coach's schedule, College Basketball Weekly will be pretty much every Tuesday. Full Court Press will be different times just due to college basketball coaching schedule and game schedule. But I would say this is the time to subscribe. That way it's, a new episode comes out, whether it's on YouTube, Apple, Spotify, it's right there for you. And also too, don't forget to give a thumbs up, like, comment, rate and review. But we'll be back next week on another College Basketball Weekly with Sammy D and LT.
Tizzle.